Hello YouTube, welcome to this video. Today we're going to talk about the Maxsym 600i. I will tell you what I like about it and what I don't like about it on the basis of an experience I had in the last 3 months and with 3,500 kilometers driven already. Just a few information about me so you can put some context in this story. I'm 52 years old, I am 165 height and just 60 kilos weight. So this is the driver. And the scooter is 3 months old. I brought it brand new and I have been driving it around on highways, cities, uneven terrain, in the rain, in the cold, in the wet, basically in every circumstances. So this is the review of what I found about the scooter in these last 3 months. It's a real life kind of things. So here we are. This is the Maxsym 600i. It's mine, I told you. Okay, let's start with the 5 things I like less on the scooter. First of all, in order of importance, CVT, the continuous variable transmission. It is a bit choppy. I mean, it's not as smooth as it should be. And it's not disturbing, but it's something I noticed. You know, sometimes it's vibrating a bit. Could be smoother. So the second thing I don't particularly like of the scooter is the fact that the front brakes, when they are working in isolation, so not combined braking, sometimes are a bit vibey as well. So the right lever, only front brakes, tend to vibe a bit, which is a bit of a shame, but not disturbing as well. Third thing that I wish I could be better, under seat storage. I mean, it's big, it's one of the biggest in this category, but for some reason it doesn't easily take 2 helmets. Some people succeeded to fit 2 helmets in here, I didn't. So it's just on the edge. It's a shame because literally a few centimeters more would have done all the difference. So yeah, something that you have to take into account. And this is the third thing. Hopefully the sun is not going to shine too much on the lens, but anyway, the dashboard. The dashboard is complete, is not bad at all. But when there is direct sunlight, or even in normal situation, as a matter of fact, during day, the light indicators are almost invisible. I will show you. And this is the right light. Maybe if I switch it on would be better. There you go. It's very tiny and it's very difficult to see. It's a shame. So in order to avoid that, you have to press this button, you know, the indicator button, a lot of time, just to make sure that your light indicators are not blinking all the time. It's yeah, it could be done better. And also the center dialer with direct sunlight becomes basically invisible. The good news is that RPMs and speed are always very well readable, so that's not a big issue there. Switch it off. So the fourth thing, now I wish, let's see if I can manage with the sunlight. Right, here, right, perfect. So in the lower compartment there are both a cigarette plug and an USB. That's fantastic news. It's very good because in theory one could recharge the phone while driving. Unfortunately, that's not gonna work because in this space there is no phone, no modern phone that would fit. And so, you know, it's a bit of a shame because the idea of being able to recharge the phone while driving would be very useful, you know. Your phone is half down, you want to recharge it while you're going from A to B. That would be nice. Similarly, because of the way this space is built, it's a kind of difficult also to charge you know, a navigation system or whatever else you might have. So it is well thought of, but not well thought of enough. Let's put it in this way. And this is the fifth things. So summarize: CVT, front brakes are a bit vibey, under seat, storage, dashboard could be done better, and the compartment where the USB is too small. Right, so particular problem? No, not really. Nothing of this is really a deal breaker on the scooter. I mean, there are certain things that could be done better. It's a bit of a shame for the CVT, but it might also be depending on the fact that the scooter is pretty new, 3,500 kilometers more or less. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is still belonging to the braking kind of situations. What I like about the scooter is everything else, literally everything else. Now we are looking at the saddle, it's very, very comfortable. At 165, I can flat foot it. It's not an issue at all. Pillions are very comfortable. I bought this box and it's very useful because it hosts the second helmet and a lot of other stuff if I want to. So that's good. Probably you would end up doing something similar if you need to travel with the scooter. Suspensions are behaving very well, both. So the scooter is indeed very, very stable. I mean, as a machine, it's 230 some kilos, and you don't really feel them at all. In the city, I can take U-turns, I can drive at walking speed almost, and it's stable even on very hard braking. It remains extremely composed. So stability is really one of the things I like most of the scooter. The other thing that I noticed on the highway, reaching legal speed limit 130 kilometers an hour on the wet, it still remains stable. So it's really, really a well-balanced machine. I never had a problem with that, and I was quite impressed. Second thing I like very much, besides the stability and the comfort, well, that's the third thing then, is the braking power. Braking power is excellent. This thing stops, well, really hard if you want to. And the ABS is working very well. It has 2 discs on the front and 1 in the back. And combined braking is doing an excellent job. So that's really good. Weather protection, well, weather protection is also very good. The screen is now on the upper position. Can be set lower, but I got it like it is. I asked for it actually, because I'm doing a lot of highway. So for me it's important to have wind protection especially. And it rains in this country, so yeah. So weather protection is very good. Heated grips, but not heated saddle. There is a grill here that you can use if you want. Comes hot air when it is open from the engine. I think you need a cover to make it work properly, but it's a nice touch. I like it. Acceleration is excellent. I mean, this is a monocylindric, but it's rocking. It's rocking. Stoplights, it's the first, consistently the first thing that moves and the first thing that reaches 50 kilometers per hour, legal limit in the city. I think in 2 seconds or something like that. And even when I'm traveling at cruising speed, 120, 130 kilometers per hour, I still have a lot of engine to use. At 120, 130 kilometers per hour, the engine runs around the 5,000 RPMs. The red line is at begins at 7,000 RPMs. So there is a lot of engine left, really a lot. And should you need to use it, there is a lot of power still in the scooter, even at high speed. The other thing I like is maintenance. It's really easy. I mean, on this side, you have back there where the suspension is behind. There are 2 bolts you need to change the transmission oil. And here underneath, close to the center stand, there is the bolt you need to take out the used oil. And on the other side, let's see, on the other side you have the place to put new oil in, and underneath you have the filter on the left and the oil indicator on the right. Easy, easy, easy. So you can maintain the scooter by yourself. I mean, there is no part of the chassis you need to take out or to do other things with. The air filter is here. There you are. Very easily accessible as well. And yeah, it's really a nice package. Very well built. Quality is excellent. It's not the best quality you can possibly get, I think. There are probably heavier and, you know, top quality scooters around, but this is a really nice package. Lights are also very good. From the back is impossible to miss this scooter. It gives a lot of light, very characteristic. Cosmetically, I think it's a valid proposition. It doesn't look chunky or you know, unelegant. Color is very nice, black matte, very nice. Yeah, what else? I would say, you know, a good combination. Oh, the engine noise, by the way, let's see. You probably heard this in other videos, but I'll just switch it on. Hold on a second. So let's hear this engine. I think it has a nice adult sound. It is a monocylindric, so it's characteristic. Here you go. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. It's cool. Now, the advantage of the engine noise is that it is present, but it is not disturbing. I mean, it's not one of those screaming motorcycles that are waking up the neighborhood. You can arrive here at 2 o'clock in the night and you probably wouldn't wake up anybody. And yeah, it's pleasant. It's a pleasant sound and also a nice speed. It remains adult, low voice, but it's hard to see in the helmet. Sorry, it's hard to hear in the helmet that there is a noise going around somewhere. So I quite like it. It's quite good. So there you go. This is more or less the package you get, and excluding the box, of course. The box is extra. I bought it myself. And nice package. Very happy with that. Traveling a lot with that, in all conditions. And not only I never had a problem with that, but actually I'm enjoying it quite a lot. Now, for something else, let's talk about value. So, let's talk now about some value and some consideration about what the scooter is all about. This scooter is conceived to be a commuter. It's written all over the place. And it cost 8,000 euros, more or less, new price. As you see it, exactly the same kind. It's a sport version, which is basically identical to the other version. There are some cosmetic difference, but that's it. And excluding the box behind. So with 8,000 euros you get this scooter. The next best is the Kymco AK 550, price-wise of course. And I didn't try it, but the Kymco, as long as I understood it, is more oriented for sport touring and for, you know, a different usage. It has less storage space, that's for sure. It is a bicylindric. It is very nice to see, but I wonder if it is as much as a commuter as this one. I don't know. I just doubt it somehow. If you want to look at a real commuter scooter, a real cruiser that is conceived to travel long distances and it is conceived to, you know, carry stuff and so on and so on, you're really looking at the Burgman Executive. That scooter is costing 13,000 euros. 5,000 euros difference against this one. Okay, it's a Burgman. It is a different kind of machine. It's a lot heavier and it's quite bigger. I cannot put the Burgman Executive on the center stand. It's too heavy. And when I test drive it, I notice it is, I think, less agile than this one, simply because it's so big and so heavy. It's a different kind of machine and it costs a lot more money. By the way, and just for you to know, the Maxsym 600i is the cheapest scooter on the market today in this class. So we're talking about the 500-600 class. There is nothing cheaper than a Maxsym 600i at the moment. From a business proposition, if you need a commuter, if you need to drive safely, long distances, short distances, mix of city, intercity, highway, all weather conditions, very easy machine to maintain, extremely stable, very generous engine, and so on and so on and so on. I think the Maxsym is an unbeatable proposition at this time. It's a really good scooter and I highly recommend it to everybody who is considering getting on a scooter for the kind of use like mine, you know, mixed with a lot of highway. You could consider a smaller scooter, something like a 400, but then you will have, you know, you will max it out really. So I don't know if that would be a great idea. Anyway, I plan to do other videos like this because I have a lot of other things to say about the Maxsym 600 and I would like to provide you more information about this fantastic scooter in the future. And I would advise you to subscribe so you will know when I post new videos on this subject. I would also really appreciate if you can put a like on this video so I know that you have been seeing it and you have been liking it. So that would be for me a bit of a motivation to post other things. Comments, of course, are very, very welcome. This is my first video on YouTube, so it would be nice to know what I'm doing right and especially what I'm doing wrong so I can try to do something better next time. I really appreciate it from the very beginning and I wish you a very nice day. Bye now.